Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back, yet for one day, but I am back from my holiday in Spain, and yeah, I have a little bit of a tan, a little bit of sun damage on my face, yay. But I wanted to just hop on here and do a quick get ready with me so that we could chat about my holiday. I will start immediately because otherwise it takes forever. This video lasts infinite hours. So yeah, so I was 10 days in Catalonia. And we have flown into Reus, Barcelona airport, and rented a car because we wanted to see more of the region than just Barcelona. So we decided to rent a car and take two hotels on the different areas of Catalonia. Catalonia is a really big region in Spain. Of course, Barcelona is capital of the region, let's say. And wow, this foundation is actually a little bit light for me now. This is the Dior Backstage foundation, and the shade is, I don't know, 2WP. Yeah, so we stayed in the south. We visited Tarragona the first day because Reus is really, really close to that. And Tarragona is a beautiful old Roman city. It's, I think, World Heritage of UNESCO protected, and it has a lot of ancient Roman ruins, which I love. I'm a big fan of ancient history. Roman, Greek, it's just my passion. I love it a lot. That's just the period of time I like the most. And so we visited that in the first day, and then we went to our hotel, which was in the hills on top of Sitges. And Sitges is a place that is quite known for nightlife, and it is yeah, just a cute little town. But we wanted to stay outside, and so we stayed in the hills. What an adventure. The house was 800 meters of pretty much off-roading, and we rented a Peugeot, just nothing really off-roading worthy. But it was quite interesting, I have to say, to go around and up and down this hill when needed, to get in and out of the hotel. This is a very old farmhouse that was renovated by a couple of British couple. It was really nice, and we went to visit Barcelona. We went to visit my girlfriend who lives there, and yeah, it was just really nice to visit. I saw the Sagrada Familia, and so I had been to Barcelona in 2011, I believe, or even earlier. In 2011, and the time before in 2006. So the Sagrada Familia had a big improvement. This is the cathedral that Gaudí designed, and then he died before he could complete it. So this is one of the biggest big cathedrals that are being built in modern times. It is the most gorgeous thing ever. So unique, so interesting. It is a part of the more Art Nouveau and Modernismo, which is what they call it in Spanish. Was the beginning of the 1900s, the architectural stream at that point, and Barcelona is full of it, and it is the reason why I love the city so much. It is so unique, and Gaudí is such a crazy man. But yeah, so Sagrada Familia, the highlight of Barcelona for me, and for sure also meeting my high school friend. She lives in Barcelona now for a few years, and yeah, we got to meet each other. She was at the wedding as well, and hadn't seen her since then, and we rarely see each other since we both moved abroad. But it was really nice to meet again, and by chance her mom was there that weekend, and I don't know how the stars aligned, and I know her mom, or she knows me very well because we hung out so much in high school. And yeah, it was just super nice to see everybody again. I'll step into the makeup wise a little bit. I didn't wear much, like I didn't wear foundation. I wore it one night just because I wanted to, and I usually wore my SPF 40 and just some powder down the center of my face. But I always wore like cheek makeup to make myself a little bit nicer. And that here comes the first update for my pressing of my Becca palette. Again, for those of you who don't know, I broke my Becca and Khloe Kardashian palette. I was about to say Chloe Morello, wrong Chloe. And I pressed it in these 4 pans right here. This is the palette that I brought with me on holidays. You can see all of this in the video that I will tag up in the cards. There's going to be both the pressing of the powders as well as the choosing of this. It was a very long video. So the bronzer here doesn't really pick up as much product as I like, so I wasn't really super happy with having this as my only bronzer. I think it looks better if I am a little bit lighter. Maybe that's the thing. And what I wanted to try now was to try the original from the palette and see if it was the same effect, because I know that the original picks up much more, but yeah, it looks quite similar indeed. I don't know, maybe it's just a too light shade for me right now, unless I wear this foundation, which is ridiculously light. Anyways, makeup was minimal, and I did wear eyeshadow, of course, because I love wearing eyeshadow, but not that much. So actually now you'll probably see a bit of a makeup that I wore on holiday, but not really too much because I didn't wear base products. So no concealer, no foundation at all while on holidays. I just couldn't. You know what it is? You're out all day, you start sweating, and then it kind of gathers in your lines. Or I wear glasses when they're not on my head, and I don't know, it all kind of doesn't look good if you have something on your face. So I prefer, if I'm out all day, not to have anything, and then it will look better than to have something that is not very nice. So that was a bit the vibe for the holiday. What I did love a lot was all of these very glowy blushes that I brought with me. Again, the Becca palette. This is the lighter of the two blushes that I'm putting on it right now, and you can see like the glow that it gives is incredible. And then if you take a little bit of the darker one, that will give you a little bit more color. And I just liked doing that a lot, just a lot of blush. And yeah, after Barcelona, we also visited around. There is an area in the south of Barcelona, west of Barcelona, that produces wine, especially cava, which a lot of people know. But we decided to go for a wine tour, and that was so much fun. Really, really nice wines. We decided to pair the wines with sorry, I'll do my makeup in between. Pair the wines with jamon, which is the typical Spanish cured ham, and it was such a great experience. Both me and my husband really enjoy tasting wine and eating ham, and we were lucky enough to have the tasting only with two other people, a couple from the US who had to leave early. So while we were, I don't know, on the tipsy side of life, to be honest, because we had tasted the 4 wines, I think, and it wasn't tasting portions, that's like a sip. This was a good half glass of each wine. So by the end of the tasting, we were drunk. The guide had left and the sommelier had left and told us, you can just finish the ham that is left on the table. So we were like drunk, finishing our wines and finishing the ham from everybody. So that was a really, really fun day. I think I brought you guys quite a bit around with me on my Instagram stories, but this is for those of you who don't follow me there or who just want to hang out and chit chat. I am going to do my makeup with the palette I brought with me. I know someone asked to know the names of these shadows. If I didn't mention them in the video, I will have it up on Instagram already with all the names of the shadows. And I have to say, I use this quite a lot. Definitely did at least two days of yellows. I used both of these shimmer. I used cinnamon a lot. I used, I think I did a coral look one day. What I did not use were these greens and the 2 colored rain. I did not really do a olive green look. Somehow it wasn't summery enough for me, or what I was wearing wasn't really that dark and fall, even though I'm filming now with 15 degrees and rain, so yay to be back. But I didn't really use this bottom row. Everything else I used. Oh, and I didn't use this one here, Radical by Nabla. So I actually just want to do a simple neutral look. What I wore a lot was also this palette right here, the Dream Street palette. And I think actually I'm gonna use this one because I was using a lot of these, I don't know, neutral shades, because yeah, you also don't want to look absolutely crazy when you're out and about. I loved wearing my colorful eyeshadows, but I wasn't going with a full-on super I don't know, intense smoky eyes or like full-on green eyeshadow. Somehow yellow and peach were more accessible than the green in my brain. And I had a yellow dress that I wore, and I love to pair the yellow with that. So today instead I'm just gonna do quite a little, I don't know, neutral look. Nothing's happening today. I'm actually just going to stay at home, and my husband's sister, or my sister-in-law, is coming with her boyfriend to stay over, because tomorrow we're leaving for the second part of our holiday, which is to Germany, where my brother-in-law is getting married in a lake on the Alps, close to the Austrian border. I think it's gonna be gorgeous. I hope the weather's gonna be good for them, and I think it looks like it's gonna be 20 degrees during the day and 10 or 8 at night. That's gonna be scary and very cold. Not looking forward to that. I packed sweaters, I packed long pants and tights for underneath my dress, because I'm not gonna be able to just stroll around with naked legs, unfortunately. But I know that the hotel where we're staying has a sauna, which that is gonna make me super happy. I hope that it's open later in the evening, so once we've done the pre-wedding activities the days before, I can just go and heat up in the sauna. I love sauna. It's one of the things that my best friend taught me to do, and I just love sitting there. Anyways, going back to the holiday, we did the wine tasting, which was really great. We did Tarragona, we did Barcelona, and then we moved up the coast and moved to Cadaqués. Cadaqués is really on the in a nature reserve area. It's a little village, and that is the place where Salvador Dalí lived most of his life. And I am a really big fan of Salvador Dalí. He is a very eclectic, eccentric painter, and he is, yeah, just very special, I would call it. And there is his house is there in a neighboring city where he was born. There is his own museum and theater that he built before he died, to tell you how special he was. And so we went there, and the idea was for the second half of the trip to just relax. We had 5 nights in a beautiful hotel in really close to the house of Salvador Dalí, so we got to I don't know, really relax. We went one day to this museum in the city nearby, and then one day we went to see this house. But for the rest, it was a lot of beach. We went hiking to the Cap de Creus, which is the easternmost point of the Pyrenees. That's the mountain range that divides France and Spain, and that's where it dips into the Mediterranean. It was beautiful. There's a lighthouse there. It was just so gorgeous. And yeah, overall just had a little bit of more relaxation, because the first half was a lot of visit every morning, wake up, go visit somewhere. No beach time at that point either. And if you know me, you know that I suffer without the beach, without the sea, and I just loved the second half. Our hotel was with a beach view or with a sea view, and it was just so beautiful and relaxing, and the poolside was nice as well. The weather wasn't super hot, and I'm actually a bit not sad about it, but it could have been better, in the sense that we had a few days of 25 degrees, but for the rest it was actually quite cool in the second half. The first half of the trip, where we were traveling and seeing things, instead it was really warm at like around 30 degrees. So yeah, that was a little bit the trip. And what I loved the most, I think, was finally spending time alone with my husband, because I checked and we hadn't gone on a holiday alone since 2014, I think so, or 15, sorry, 15, not 14. And it was just time. How can I explain it? It's just so much nicer when it's just the two of us, and yeah, just being able to focus on enjoying, chatting, talking about things. If it's even possible, getting to know each other better. We know each other for 7 or 8 years now, and we're together for almost 6. but there's still more things that you can, I don't know, learn about a person. And it was really nice to do that together. It's just, I really valued the time, and I think it's a good thing that we did this and that we went on holidays alone and somewhere away from family, away from anyone. It was really, really nice. So overall, a wonderful holiday. Very happy that we went. Sad that we're back. I miss already the wines in Spain, the food, and oh my god, I had so much seafood and fish that at some point, I think one day I told my husband, he was like, I am outfished. I didn't want to eat fish anymore. And it's almost impossible for me to reach that point because here in the Netherlands, we don't have very nice fish. I mean, you get the salmon, you get the cod, you get pangasius, which is sweetwater fish, and you don't really get, I don't know, squid or cuttlefish or sardines or sea bream or sea bass. It's, if I don't poke myself with mascara, I don't know, I just really loved eating all the fish, eating all the paellas and variations of it. Actually in Catalonia, their classical traditional dish is not paella, but it's called fideuà. And it's like paella, but with short noodles. It's quite weird. I think I prefer the rice version, to be honest. And one of the highlights was the last evening that we were there, we had a paella with spider crab. And oh my god, so good. So good. Really amazing. So overall, a lot of fun, a lot of food. I came back, I didn't even weigh myself yet, but my clothes fit tight. So I am definitely... I definitely gained weight after 10 days of eating free reign. We didn't like stop or just say no, this time no. We did a few times when we were like really literally too full. We're just gonna eat a bit of jamón and pan con tomate, which is bread with tomato rubbed on top, which is very typical from Catalonia. For the rest, that's all, to be honest. And now the wedding is coming up, and yeah, I am excited for them. I am really excited to see because they have a very different approach to it, to life, I guess, than I and me and my husband have. And they're much more spontaneous, less planning, much less planning. And I'm curious to see how it turns out. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful and wonderful. And I'm just very curious to see how a different approach to life and to things will work out for them. They're getting married, as I said, on a lake in southern Germany, and it's just a close family. Us, like parents, siblings with partners from both sides. And yeah, I think it's going to be on an island in the lake, the ceremony itself. And then the hotel that they booked for dinner is absolutely gorgeous, and we're also staying there for 2 nights. That's the hotel with the sauna, by the way. So I am very curious to see how it is. It's an 8-hour drive, so tomorrow morning we're up early and I'm gonna drive the 8 hours down to the south of Germany. But yeah, I don't know, I'm super excited for them. I am going to do the makeup of my sister-in-law, she asked me already, and yeah, so I'll have to tonight ask her what she's wearing and see if I can match something from here to bring with me. I was thinking actually to add to my my stash, let's say. I was either gonna bring the Becca and Chloe palettes or the singles, which I think I'm gonna bring anyways, but grabbing something else, I actually think I want to bring the Hourglass palette because these powders down here are so beautiful for brides and in general, not brides, but also like guests for a bridal. And I think I might bring these. And yeah, I don't know. I think I might bring both. We're driving, so there's not really any limit in weight, let's say, right? Nobody else decides how much stuff to put in the car, if not ourselves. And we're also bringing hiking shoes to see if we have one extra day before the wedding. We might go for a walk with everybody to see the Alps. That's going to be beautiful. I hope the weather will hold, but as I said, it looks like it will. And yeah, I'm really excited for them. And then, yeah, when we're back, we drive back on Sunday and then it's work again. with not really anything looking forward to on the short term, except for the night before we left for holidays to Spain, we bought tickets to go to Italy for Christmas to see my parents. So yeah, it's always like that with us. Are you ever one of those people who for dinner already plans the lunch for the next day? I am already always planning the next meal. For lipstick, I'm gonna wear Fenty because I have a red t-shirt. I think it's the only thing that will look good. So I'm just gonna shut up for a moment. I made a bit of a mess in this corner. Talking about this lipstick, actually, I was quite disappointed because while I was away, when I wore it, it started creeping into my lines. So it was not great, even though it lasts so long. There we go. So yeah, that was a little bit a update on how my holiday went. I hope it was fun for you guys to hang out with me for this. I got my makeup ready and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!